Welcome back to WMMT 88.7, playing the true music of Appalachia. We have a little bit of everything here today. We have everything from Shady Grove to the Google Boys.
It's Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, my darling, Shady Grove, my little love, I'm going back to Harlan. Well, the last time I saw Shady Grove, she was standing in the door, shoes and stockings in her hands and her little bare feet on the floor. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, my darling, Shady Grove, my little love, I'm going back to Harlan.
It's just a diverse region now, diverse kinds of music. A lot of bluegrass. They have several bluegrass gatherings throughout the region, and they have their own dance. They do a different, they don't do square dancing, but they have a dance style that they do with those. There's rock and roll, there's country, there's a lot of different options that people turn to. These groups, people, you talk to them about your music and what you're playing, and then they come up afterward and say, I just loved it. I just love this bluegrass music. You get tired of explaining it's not really bluegrass, but bluegrass has its roots in it, so there's a similarity. But bluegrass is so popular right now. They think anything that played a banjo must be bluegrass. Either Shady Grove, I always liked that one. It was one of the first tunes I loved. Because Joe Begley said it was the national anthem of Appalachia. So I always remember that. It's very nice words to it. It's a very romantic song. I like that word, the line that says, last time I saw Shady Grove, she was standing in the door, shoes and stockings in her hands and her little bare feet on the floor. That's why I like the old time music. It's very simple, but it's just it catches your attention. It doesn't try to catch your attention. It doesn't try real hard.
We went to church. My dad's, sang and played guitar in church. So it was kind of always there, and it wasn't until I moved away from Eastern Kentucky when I figured out how really music, how much of an important role it plays in the area and the community. So yeah, it was kind of just always there. Just grew up with it. I think this region specifically, it just kind of unites everybody. It's a very communal thing. Everybody can relate to it, hopefully. And music, like sports, it brings people together. So it's very important to everywhere, especially here. It's always a really great time to do what we love to do. Oh yeah, I think all talent is natural. I think the Appalachian region specifically is very rich in talent, and I mean, I grew up around it. Nick grew up around it. All of us grew up around it. It's you can almost find 6 out of every 10 people that can sing or play an instrument in this area, and it's really special. You know, people do it because they love it around here. There's no other motives behind it, and I think that's what makes music so special to this region. I mean, it's where we're from. It's like growing up and moving away from your parents, but you always visit home.
Well, you know, I started playing guitar when I was 13, and it started out as a hobby. You know, I was a closet musician for about 9 or 10 years before actually like performing in front of people. I didn't really start performing on a regular basis until I moved to Johnson City and auditioned for band at ETSU. When you're first starting out, local is pretty much where you have to start. And I think for me, continuing to play locally for as much as I can just gives me more experience playing, performing, and networking with people to get more gigs, which will lead to things outside of the region. But I feel like no matter how far I go as far as music is concerned, or where I end up living or playing, I think coming back through the Tri-Cities is always going to be an important thing for me because this is where I started playing. I feel like people don't really understand that all over the country there are people that are interested in different kinds of things. And I feel like in Appalachia, it's one of those places that just has been painted one way. Like when I went to Whitesburg and played at the Sea Time Cumberland Festival, and I found out that there was like punk shows going on right down the street. I'm like, this is great. This is Appalachia. This is what it's about. He's gonna seek another bride. He cares no more for me.
To be honest, I don't know if I ever really thought I would be a musician. Kind of just me and some of my friends started playing music, like messing around one day. We kind of named the band Google Boys as a joke, and it kind of stuck, and we've just been playing ever since. We say we're like a punk noisecore band. I don't know, it's kind of like its own thing. It's a little bit weird, but it's a lot of fun. I think it would be hard to explain if somebody didn't just come here and experience it themselves. I think the music here is so diverse, you know. I would probably say just go to an open mic night at Summit City or come to a show sometime and see what it's like, because I don't even know if I could explain it to you. Oh, there's so much different kinds of music that are played around here, especially in Whitesburg. Like, it's such a cool and weird little town for that reason. But I think especially whenever we have shows where there's like a lot of different genres of musicians and bands, people are like, whoa, this town's crazy, it's not like anywhere else. You know?
You want to try it?
I'll just let you do this.
Okay. By the banks of the river, where the willows hang down.
My dad always said if you wanted to make a vagrant out of somebody, give them a guitar and a foxhound. And my parents were afraid that I would either sing in a bar or sing in church. And so they were right, because when I started learning to play music, I sang in bars and I played in church. I have done both of those things and really enjoyed doing both of them.
Where the waters run cold.
I've had all kinds of young people tell me that I inspired them when I came around with my guitar years ago when they were kids to the schools or whatever. I get really excited and almost tearful about it. It's really important to me for the kids to grab on to music, because it's been such a comfort to me during the highs and the lows of my life. I'm Jaden's grandmother, and a very proud grandmother. And it's important to me that Jaden or any of the kids in my life take up an instrument. And to be able to sit around and play with them, I think that's awesome. So I think anytime you're dealing with music and you're dealing with the people who love music, it's a point of connection for hearts, I think. But yeah, I think it's real important to pass it on, to pass on what we know. Maybe we don't feel like we're the best, but we know something that somebody needs to know, you know, about the music.
They're spreading the good music of Appalachia, which is awesome. That's always a good way to go home. But it's been a good show. Thanks to everyone who called in a request, and I tried to put them on there for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. But with that being said, I'll leave you with some good music here, and I hope you guys enjoyed a great night with Back Porch Jams. And like I always say, stay rockin', Whitesburg.
you probably